Hello, Boogie Bugs. My hair is moist because, contrary to the rumors, I actually do shower. Also, right before recording, I spilled my one glass of Coke all over my carpeted floor, so we're off to a pretty great start. In my last video, when I said that my next few videos are basically just gonna be slop, what I mean is that they're gonna be like this, with me just kind of sitting here and saying things without a script. The following events that I'm about to describe took place yesterday evening, and after they all unfolded, I had to go outside to my little brother who was playing Minecraft and tell him about everything, all while my voice was audibly shaking and my hands were audibly shaking and I was just generally shivering in my timbers. But to begin the story, we're gonna have to go back in time a little bit. So I started watching this anime called Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, because I saw an edit of one character back in 2024, which meant that I had to watch the entire series for him. So far I've only seen one season because, you know, I really like a series when I'm scared to see what happens next. The character in question is this one, who I will be referring to the rest of this video as Judal, even though in the English dub and English subtitles of the anime they call him Judar, which I'm 99% sure is a mistranslation, and his name is supposed to be Judal because that's what he was called in the official English translation of the manga, and the manga came out first. So if, like, one of the 15 people in my audience is a fan of Magi and you're bugged by how I say his name, I'm sorry. So whenever I really like a character, I just need to have merchandise of them. I know. When I was 14 and freakishly obsessed with Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, which honestly deserves its own video, I made an entire shrine for him, which I still have. It's a separate room. I might have only seen him for one season, and I have not touched the manga yet, but I do really love Judal. He is a priest. He has a slutty waist. He is baby girl. And I need a tangible fucking physical manifestation of him to hold in my hands. But I realized to myself that I have never seen any figures of him anywhere, which I thought was a little odd. I mean, I think the anime was kind of popular like 10, 15 years ago. I don't remember when it came out. I look it up and he has like two figures that aren't chibi figures. And they're both unreleased or like canceled concepts that you cannot buy anywhere. I'm really bummed out about that. But not for long, because my dad is always talking about getting a 3D printer and like printing Battletech minifigures. And, you know, I was super excited to 3D print my own OCs. But then a thought occurred to me, why don't I just print a figure of Judal, you know? I can be the creator. I just need to get my hands on like a 3D model or something. There has to be one somewhere. I make the mistake. I go to Google and I search Magi Judal 3D model, search, and I click on the first link I see. And it takes me to a website. It's like a video. The website has a video and there's like the thumbnail. And the thumbnail is indeed a 3D model of Judal, like this much of his face. I have reoccurring dreams of watching people I know get plowed by motor vehicles, just dragged across the pavement, bloody, mutilated, fucking eviscerated. And I have some level of confidence in saying that that 3D model is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. I had the website open for about 1 second before I closed it and just kind of sat there for 5 minutes. It was so uncanny and horrid to look at. And I already know some of you are going to be really curious and you're going to ask, GW, why didn't you put an image of it on screen right here? And my answer is because I never want to look at it again. I don't want to search it up and screenshot it and put it here and then have to stare at it while I'm editing. I can think of nothing I would hate to have to do more. For that reason, I've instead put links to the specific website I went to in the description of this video, but please, before you click on it right now, watch the entire video before you do. I just feel like you need the whole context. The worst part is I don't think that there was any malice in the making of I don't think they were trying to make it scary. In my panic when I opened the link and when my brain registered what I was looking at and when I closed it out, I read the words lip sync testing. I think this person was earnestly just trying to test their ability in lip syncing and 3D animation, and they just picked a character, and they didn't mean to make it horrifying. It's just they did. So I've closed out of the link. A different person. But I still need to find, I'm still trying to find like the 3D model of this character to download. At this point, I don't know if I'm gonna find it. All I know is I need to proceed with caution. I click on another link, it's something I can't download. I click on another link, it's 2D art. I click on the next link, and it's a downloadable Minecraft skin that's actually pretty sick. I might use it. I click on the next link, and oh my god, it's back! I don't even know if it was the same model or just another equally uncanny one, but it's back. It's in a different pose, but it's back. It's back. I close out of it again after 1 second. At this point, I don't even want to look anymore. I don't think I'm gonna find what I'm looking for. At this point, I'm shaking. There are tears in my eyes. I don't think I've ever been so terrified in my goddamn life. Yeah, and all this happened in the evening. It was late. It was my bedtime, actually. I should have gone to bed instead of looking that up, actually. But now I'm terrified that when I close my eyes to sleep, I will see him there. I just got curtains for my bed. That's what this is. This isn't a wall. These are curtains. My bed is behind there. But it's like a closed box. Like closed. That side is open, and I'm sitting there in my cave, fearing for my life, because I just know I'm gonna wake up with sleep paralysis, and uncanny 3D Judal is gonna be in my fucking room. Now, before yesterday evening, the concept of having a dream in which Judal is in my room would be fucking awesome, but not anymore, because it will be the scary one. And I will never know a peaceful night's of rest. I will never know a peaceful night's rest ever again. Anyways, don't if you go to those websites and you figure out what the thing is, I don't want anybody to go bully the person that made that 3D model. I don't want to, pick on anybody. I'm just sharing how I feel about this thing, and, I think their intentions were pure of heart, is what I'm saying. I fear after posting this video, I may never be able to escape uncanny 3D Judal, actually. I feel like some asshole's gonna, screenshot it and, try to send me pictures. I feel like I'm gonna get jump scared with it at some point in my life if people end up seeing this video. It's just gonna haunt me forever, and I don't think I'm emotionally ready for that. Bye I guess.